Hello there. Okay, so a lot of people didn't know that this came out on 4K, but I managed to secure myself a copy, and it was brand new. I found it on eBay for a really reasonable price, and it came with the slipcover as well, so I was really chuffed. And it is Rain Man from 1988. So I'm going to sit and watch this tonight, I think, and do a little review on it, maybe get some picture comparisons. I have my MGM DVD release, which has a slipcover and a booklet, which I actually just sat and read. Seems it was quite a lot of turmoil in the making of this film, and it went through various different guises and whatnot, different directors, producers, and managed to survive writers' strikes, nearly a producer's strike. And it turns out the script was handed in the day before the writer's strike. So anyway, they come out with a really, really good film. So I'll watch it tonight and I'll let you know what I think. Well, that was really good seeing Rain Man again. I hadn't seen it for what must be decades. It's a lovely film, and actually watching it now, especially in the way society is and what we're trying to do and be better towards people and be more understanding of who people are, why they are the way they are, and all that kind of stuff. It's actually quite hard to watch Tom Cruise say a lot of the things he says. You know, his character Charlie to Raymond, you wouldn't want to hear those things now, but you know, this was from the 80s, and that is basically how we dealt with these situations. But it is nice to see Charlie's journey with his brother and the way they get closer and closer. Yes, I did kind of cry when Charlie finally realizes that he accidentally said Rain Man instead of Raymond. So clearly when he was a baby and just sort of speaking, he called him Rain Man because he couldn't say Raymond. And then the realization when Raymond goes off and gets the photo of the two of them, you know, that's a really, really lovely scene. The film plays out so well, and just the music by Hans Zimmer, clearly quite an early Hans Zimmer film. I'd completely forgotten that he'd done the music for it. But yeah, what a journey they go on, just over sort of a period of a week kind of thing. So as I had kept my original MGM DVD, which is a special edition, it's got this lovely slip on it, and so I've been collecting slipcovers for a long time, just the same artwork. And there's quite a few bonus features, and actually there's a booklet in here, and that's where I got the information for. You saw at the beginning of the video. So there's a nice little booklet with cast and scene selection, and just some information on the film, and you know what it went through to get made. So I've always kind of been trying to get the best editions of films I can, and you know, always thought, well, why hasn't that film got a special edition? Why isn't that film come out in a box set, and that kind of thing. Now I understand a lot more that they can't just do this for every film. But yes, obviously this is the version I watched, this 4K from MVD, and this is the one that I managed to score on eBay for actually a really reasonable price, including post and packaging. So, and it was brand new and sealed. So yes, let's take a look at some images. Okay, so here are the images that I've taken from my projector screen. Let's start with this one here. So this is the DVD menu, and obviously as you put it in your player, it's animated. So it's a really cool menu. Obviously I didn't want to film it, didn't want to show you it that way. Yes, it's a very, very good menu, and it kind of really shows up the 4K one to be rather dull and boring. But yeah, there's a pretty good reason for that. So anyway, let's start looking at the film. So it's not a bad transfer for the DVD. You know, they used to do these DVDs pretty well back then. They seem to be cutting a lot more corners now these days. So I'm just having a look at the back of the DVD. Yes, so it's a DVD 9. It's a dual layer disc. So they got maximum capacity for DVD. And if I zoom in, yeah. So if you look at the outline of his nose and his face, you can see another line. That's a compression artifact. But now I did upscale the DVD to 1080, but I would not upscale it to 4K. I'm probably going to do a video on why you shouldn't upscale films. But for DVD to 1080, it's much better than it is to go from Blu-ray to 4K. But that'll be for another video. This is them out and about, and Charlie's having kind of a fit of his own, really. He's rather frustrated at Raymond because he's going on about Kmart and his boxer shorts. But so you see how overblown the car is. Now obviously these images are not 100% accurate as to what I see with my own eyes, so if you were sat here with me you wouldn't be seeing it quite like this. And there we go. Charlie's coming out of a shop and he's just about to put some sun cream on Raymond, which he's clearly never had done before because he finds it a very weird experience. You know, it's a nice looking film. And then just thought I'd show this night scene, and you can just about see the tail end of the car. There's the two red dots next to each other are a car further ahead, but the two slightly to its left and above, that's them heading towards Las Vegas by the looks of it. And of course this is the lovely brotherly moment dance scene where Charlie teaches him how to dance, because Raymond thinks he's got a date. Yes, so he teaches him how to dance in this rather extravagant hotel room, because they've just won a lot of money in the not the arcade, the casino. Yeah, so that's the DVD. Now let's go to the 4K, and there you go. Much more natural colours, skin tones, much more natural looking foliage. Not that there's much leaves on the trees because well, I don't know what time of year it is here. I suppose it's meant to be more of a winter time, autumn time. Obviously if I zoom in on the same gentleman's face, there's no compression artifact, and actually you can sort of see the grain in the image a little bit. Yes, and he looks nice and human. You can see the stubble under his skin and that sort of stuff. Way more natural looking. Now if I go to the car, so as I said, the car is still blooming a little bit. I'm not quite sure if it was that bad when I was watching it. Obviously my camera has made it a little bit like that. Let's look at the sky. So yeah, that's not sort of grain, that's partly the camera and just the general image itself, but it's a lovely image. and there we go. That one's, to me, much more natural looking. Nice sunny day, really good colours. Pretty much managed to get the same frame. Probably a little blurry, this one. I imagine I moved ever so slightly when I took the picture, but and then the last one, oh, not the last one, but so you can see a little bit more detail in this image compared to the other one. Now some of what you see is what my camera's done, not what's on the screen, so it's much better than this in real life if you're watching it on a screen, and especially like me watching it on a projector. Oh, move over, and there we go. There's the dancing lesson again, and Raymond's bed put by the window. So if you haven't seen this film before, as I said, beware. Some of, or a lot of what Charlie, or Tom Cruise's character Charlie, says about Raymond or to Raymond is not very pleasant to hear. And I have to say, when I was teaching a young lad to hold down a job, I fell foul to this a little bit myself, with my own frustrations with him not being able to learn some things. And I don't like the fact I did fall foul to that. But he survived. He held the job down for 4 years, and he only doesn't have it anymore because the company doesn't exist anymore. So, yes, you know, we have to be as understanding as possible. People in general with learning difficulties, autism, ADHD, any kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. You know what I mean. But I mean, I had learning difficulties myself, so it was a little bit hypocritical for me to do and say some of what I said myself. But so anyway, if I quickly go through, we'll look at these again, and you can compare them to the other one, the DVD. So is the sky more blown out there? Is there sort of a less detail in the sky? Let's go back. Yes, well, you can see there's actually more branches visible. And that is the DVD image, not my camera, that's done that. So then we look at this one. Just look at the grass. Yeah, you know, the grass isn't horrendous. It's a little bit luminous. And then we go to this one. So this is the 4K. And there's the DVD. So much more intense colours. That's not a good thing. Basically, they've always altered the image colours depending on what physical format it's going to go on, changing it from the original theatrical colours. But the 4K should be back to pretty much the original theatrical colours. And in the night scene, that's the 4K. And then I'll scroll along to the DVD one. Yeah, so it's much darker, isn't it? And then let's do this one this way. That's the DVD. Look at the bed, I suppose, and their skin tone, and sort of the background, really. When I go back to this one, much more natural bed colour. Doesn't look the same colour as their faces. Much more better. Let's have a zoom in. It's such a lovely scene. There we go. That's it. That's my images from both the DVD and the 4K of Rain Man. Like I said, what a brilliant film. Really good to see it again. And actually, when you load it, as you saw there, the image for the DVD, the image of the menu for the 4K looks really sort of bad. It's kind of a bit weird how they've done it. It looks very sort of low quality, but that's also a bit of space saving on the disc. You know, don't need to put these ultra cool, amazing menus that we used to get on the DVDs, because you need the space. You need the space. You need to save space. Space save, I suppose I could have said that. But anyway, give us a thumbs up, and please make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I do have plenty of playlists. There's other big screen reviews. There's a playlist called Big Screen Reviews. And also my time in the industry when I was making these discs. I have a little series called How Physical Media is Made. So if you want to check that out, please do. And I don't mind how old the videos are. If you want to leave a comment, I will get back to you. I like the interaction between you guys and me in the comment section. So, yep. Anyway, until the next video, take it easy.